Hi, Danette May here. Welcome to Mindset Monday, and today we're talking about the power of sticking with your goals and what it takes to carry your goal from the beginning all the way to the end. So I'm excited today to talk about this idea of grit. We also can talk about it relating to will, or people that actually have stickedness. Is that a right word, stickedness? But we really want to talk about this because I see it time and time again, and I actually get asked and interviewed time and time again about my business and how did I go from $47 to multi-millions in 4 years. I get asked about how did you have 3 kids and you're almost 40, shh, don't tell anyone, go from having this body and looking younger and looking better than you did like 10 years ago. How did you do this? And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I always give tips and tricks and ideas, but it really boils down to will, or what I like to call as grittiness, wading through the muck, right? So I want to talk about this because I think it's something that not very many people talk about. We always want the tips and tricks, right? But we don't really want to talk about the mud and the muck. But here's the truth of the matter, and something that I was sharing in a podcast about business. But how you do one thing is how you ultimately do the next thing, right? So how you show up in business is probably how you show up in your relationships. How you show up in your relationships is probably how you show up in your health goals. So how you do one thing is how you're going to do everything. So this evolves everything. So you decide if this is about your health goals, your relationship goals, your financial goals, but I promise if you work on one of them, it's going to translate into other areas of your life as well. So they were asking me, okay, how did you go from $47 to making multi-millions? And I really started thinking about it, and I really believe it's because of grit. And now, because of my circumstance, because I was at $47, a single mom, sleeping on the floor, and getting to where I am, I know the formula is grit. So I know that I am willing to muck stalls if it need be. I know that I'm willing to put in that mucky, grindy, dirty work to get to my end goal. And that's wrapped up as grit or hard work or will or whatnot. But I know I can fall upon that. So I have to ask you, are you gritty? Are you willing to do the hard stuff to get to the end goal? Are you willing to do trade-offs? Because let's say that your goal is to be really healthy and to be 2 sizes lower or lower your cholesterol, whatever that goal is. That's a really lofty goal, and it's something that you should go towards if that's what you're really feeling in your heart is the next step for you. But you've got to be willing to be gritty. You have to be willing to say no when someone presents you donuts or your favorite cheesecake or chocolate croissants. And you have to be willing to say, my body has had enough, and I'm not going to overeat because I feel emotional, because I feel alone, or because I'm just bored. You've got to be willing to say no for the higher goal. You've also got to be willing to do the workouts when you don't feel like it. I'm going to shoot it straight. No one ever feels like working out at the very beginning, usually. Sometimes you might have a moment when you feel like working out, but most of the time you do not feel like moving your body. But no one ever gets done with the workout and ever regrets it. So you've got to be gritty enough to say, I know the end result will make me feel better. I'm going to step into moving my body even though I feel tired, even though it's 5:30 in the morning, even though I've had this crazy, busy, chaotic day. I've been at the hospital all day taking care of someone, but I'm putting myself first and my goals first. That's grit. And that's the same as in business goals, relationship goals. Are you willing to have those hard conversations in your relationship? Or are you the person to sidetrack or sweep it under the rug, right? Are you willing to say, hey, I'm going to address this, even though it's really uncomfortable, I don't want to talk about this, but I need to use my voice, and I'm willing to get gritty for the sake of my relationship and the sake of my relationship with myself. So I hope this Mindset Monday has helped you really ask yourself, are you gritty? Are you willing to wade in the muck and the mud to get to that end goal? And that doesn't mean it's always hard, but there are going to be moments when you're going to have to go, I'm going to be shoveling the manure today. But you got to be willing to do that. And once you know that you're willing to do that, it makes it so much easier to actually get from there to here. I love all of you. I want to see you here. I know you can do it. I believe in you. You are enough. You've always been enough, and you will always be enough. Go ahead and click like, you guys. I love sharing these videos with you, and also leave your comments below. Where have you been gritty in your life? I actually love hearing from you, and I will be reading your comments about where you've been gritty. I love hearing your stories. Thank you so much, and have an amazing day.